Okay, good morning, everybody. And what are we going to talk about today on Coffee and Questions? I'm going to show you a really quick, easy way to get the angle correct when you're sharpening your drill bits. There's lots of YouTube videos that'll show you how to hand sharpen on your bench grinder. Now, my bench grinder, I've got one that's got 60 or 80 grit wheel on one side, I forgot which, and 120 grit wheel on the other side. So I use 120 grit wheel for touching up very sharp tools and edges and things like that. But if I have to reprofile or regrind, I use the other side, which is much rougher, and then I come back to that 120 side for my final touch-up. Now, you don't have to do that if you got an 80 grit wheel or whatever on one side and that's all that you have on your bench grinder. You can still use it. And there's plenty of YouTube videos, like I said, that will show you how to freehand sharpen drill bits. There's tons of jigs out there, and some of them are good, some of them are not so good. You got Drill Doctor, and you got the angle setting one, and all these different things. Now, the one for the angle setting, I do own that. It's a real pain in the butt to set up. It's accurate as heck, but I've gotten better and better at hand grinding. So let me change the picture here, and I'll show you how I do it when I'm freehand, sharpening my drill bits. Give me just a second. Now, I've removed my picture because this one page can summarize everything I'm going to show you in the next couple of pictures on how to get that angle right. And it's showing you here where you can get 2 large bolts, or you can use 2 large nuts. Now, I use 2 large nuts, I think 3/4, 5/8, something like that I got at the hardware store. And by putting them together, and then you can go over and you can freehand sharpen your drill bits, and you can test the angle. Most of these twist drill bits are set at a 118-degree angle when they come from the factory. So when you touch these up and you put it in between these 2 nuts or these 2 bolts like you see in the picture, it's going to be dead on, pretty damn accurate as far as the angle goes. Now, if you're off a little bit on one side, you'll be able to tell visually. You can touch it up on the grinder. You have it exacting where it fits into this groove like you see in the picture. Hit the pause key, read through this for a few moments. I'll leave it up, and then I'm going to go on to the next picture and I'll answer your questions. It's your quick tip of the day. I won't make it a long video because I think this is a very easy thing that you can do. Okay, I'm going to change the picture and let me show you how simple it is and how I do it. Okay, I exploded and stretched this the best I could without it distorting too much. But you'll see here, I just put them in a vise. Now, you don't have to do that. You can put a tack weld on here. You can use epoxy. You can use anything that you want to secure these 2 together like this. But you'll see where I held the drill bit up in the vise here, and I check my angle. If I'm off a little bit, like I said, I just go over, I touch up that side until I can get this angle almost spot and dead on. Now, the drill bit, is it going to drill exactly the same as when you got it, out at Home Depot, Lowe's, or what have you? No, but it'll be damn close. And sometimes, yes, it is. It just depends on your grinding technique and how close you got to this actual angle that you see here with these nuts and bolts. Or in this case, I just used, like I said, the large nuts. I'm reading on the forum, so give me just a sec. Wants to know, will it work on all drill bits? No, it'll work on twisted drill bits, okay? Not meant for, a lot of these other drill bits, because some of them, depending on the material that they were meant to drill through, are going to have different angles. You could have different angles for plastic and ferrous materials and things like that. These are just simple drill bits you buy out at the big box stores that we use generically for, like, handyman work around the shop, or just drilling through, steel, particular mild steel. In terms of, like, worrying about where to put it or what, I keep it near my drill press, and I use some of these little rare earth magnets. You can pick them up out at Harbor Freight sometimes on sale real cheap. And I put like a magnet on the side of my drill press, and I have this there, and I just pluck it down, and I just check it while I'm sharpening. This one I put in a vise just to show you for demonstration, because I already have one that I've got tack welds on, and I use that, and I couldn't find it at the moment because I either lent it to somebody or I misplaced it out in the garage. But I've got plenty of bolts around to keep doing it, the way you see here in the picture. But no, I use magnets. I just put it up on the magnets when I'm done. If you don't want to do that, just keep it somewhere near your your bench grinder, I guess. Answer your question. The comment, it seems real hillbilly or backwoods kind of. I don't know what you're trying to say. I suppose you're trying to criticize the way I'm doing it, but I'm just telling you that it works. I mean, if you want to go out and spend your money on an expensive jig, go ahead. I mean, I have a jig too. Like I said, I'm just showing you kind of a quick tip on how you can do this very rapidly and easily. It doesn't take up much room. You leave it by, your bench grinder. And, if you get in the hang of sharpening bits by hand, it saves you quite a bit of money. So I don't see it as a redneck or hillbilly method. So I kind of disagree with you, but to each their own. I mean, it's just a matter of what you want to spend. And I don't mind you disagreeing with me as long as you do it in a professional way. I mean, you get into the name calling or the bad words, I just don't answer your questions. I mean, if you've got something constructive or you have a better way of doing it, leave it in the comments below. I mean, I'm not opposed to anything like that. The thing is we discuss these things because if it helps other people and it works for you, then use it. This is one method. It happens to work for me. I've used it over and over and over. And like I said, I do have the jig, but sometimes this is just faster and easier. If I have to totally reprofile something, it's still a fast and easy method. So, okay, not a lot of questions out here on the forum this morning over this. It's kind of a no-brainer method, and it does work. You just got to put a little bit of practice into it. Harder part is freehand, grinding those angles. But if you watch some of the YouTube videos on how they do it and take a drill bit, you're going to throw it away anyway. So you might as well start practicing with that one. And like I said, I mean, you'll get better and better at it. But it does take practice on those grinding wheels. But this is a quick, fast way to check that angle for accuracy. So I'm the Home Handyman. I hope you folks click subscribe, follow me. I'll do more videos. If you have a comment or a better way of doing it, go ahead and drop it below. And I thank you very much for watching. Have a good day, folks. Bye-bye.